So the first thing you're going to do is file new project, and then you're going to go get these two files from Schoology. We have maddie.puppet and physics.psd. You're going to save those in your folder and come back and import those to Character Animator by going to File, Import. You'll select the Maddie file, then you'll go File, Import again, select the physics file. Those two will be in there. After that, you're going to click on this clapboard here to create a new scene. You're going to rename these so that way your name is in there. So if you just right click and select rename and type in your name, right click, rename. If there's anything else in there, you're either working in someone else's project or you have extra stuff and you should just delete it. Alright, you should only see these three things in there and you should only see your name in there. If when you opened up Character Animator and you see someone else's name in there, you need to do File, New Project. Down below in our timeline, you can go ahead and drag the puppet into there, and you can go ahead and drag the physics into there as well. And if you did everything right, this is what you should see. You should see this this girl and these two circles. All right. So what we're going to look at first is this female puppet here, and it's kind of cool because she can walk. So if you use your arrow keys left and right, you can make her walk. And we're just going to take a look and see what is happening that makes this that allows this to happen. So in the right hand side we have properties and you see a walk Maddie. If we open that up, you can see it, there's a start, so it allows you to use the left and right arrow keys to walk and position her. There's also some other options here as far as stride length and different arm angles and things, so if you wanted to customize it you could. There's also different styles, so you could choose running, sneaking, so you can experiment with some of those. But that's called a behavior. This walk is a behavior. And I'm going to go over and show you the rig side of this and where that originates from. In the rig, we have these behaviors. And if you click the plus button, there's all these preset behaviors. Alright, you don't need to add any because the walk is already included with this puppet. But that's where you get these preset behaviors. I'm going to show you I'm going to open up the right profile and select the body just to show you an example of how this works. So we can see the outline of the body, and then they have tagged using this handle tool down here. They've already done this for you. They've tagged different points of her body, and so the computer recognizes those points and it's able to create the preset for it. So you don't need to make any changes to this. Okay, I'm just showing this to you so you understand what's going on. So we have these two circles here, and we can apply like gravity to different things. So I'm going to click on rig, and this time I'm going to double click my physics to bring that up. And we have these two circles, a blue and a red. I'm going to select the blue one first, and we're looking for this tags category, so if you need to open it up, go ahead and open that up. And we're looking for the physics section. You can go ahead, click dynamic, and you can just think of dynamic as gravity. So this means that the ball will fall. Collide by default will be selected with that. Collide means that it can collide with other objects in the scene. We also want to set this to draggable, so that way we can manipulate it and move it around. So we're going to do those three things. You can come back over into the record section. I can throw it around. All right, so you might need to make a few adjustments to this. So in your dragger property, you should have, by default, this is probably set to hold in place. All right, so which means it's just going to float in the air like that. So if that's what's happening, you need to change that setting to return to rest. And then you can kind of throw it around. You may also need to set the return to duration to 0. And if you make those adjustments, this should be a fairly realistic looking ball. So go ahead, try to do the same thing to the red circle, and pause the video if you need to, and then I'll show you something else that we can do with this physics. Alright, so if you did things right, both the balls should be able to move and bounce, so that's pretty cool. We're going to make a change with this physics layer. So I'm going to show you how to make very simple drawings that we can import into Character Animator. So with this physics layer selected, we're going to go to Edit, and then you're going to click Edit Original. This will open it up in Photoshop, and you should have something that looks like this. Alright, where we want to pay attention to is the lower right. You have this layers panel, and if you don't see that, you're going to go to Window, Layers, and click on that, and it'll open it up. So just make sure that you can see that, because we're going to make some changes to it. And the tool I'm going to show you is just the shape tool. So if you look in your toolbar on the left, it's near the bottom. Looks like a rectangle more than likely. If we click and hold on that, you can see some other shape tools. So depending on whoever used Photoshop last, it might look like a polygon. It might look like a custom shape. It might look like a line. Alright, so it just depends on whatever tool was used last in the program. If you want to change the color of the shape, we come over to our layer panel and you double click the thumbnail, and now we can pick a color, and there you go. Really important, we need to change the name of this layer. So double click that, and then you can